Anyway, that's all this week. See you next week. Bye-bye.
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 Starting this Friday, a brand new quiz game called Eyespy.
Every week, 2 teams of aspiring agents will come here and take on our dangerous and devious missions.
Thanks, Christopher. Watch out for Eyespy coming this Friday at 4:30 on Children's BBC. Hey, it looks brilliant, Christopher there. A hot rocking show, as Andy Crane would say. Watch that this Friday, of course, at 4:30. Don't forget Grange Hill's still to come this afternoon after Newsround with Helen.
More money is promised to give the world's children a fairer chance to learn. Hello again. 100 million children around the world don't go to school, and more money is vital to improve the situation. Today, 2 big banks promised several £1 million to help in the countries where it's needed most. They gave the news to education experts from more than 150 countries who are meeting in Thailand this week. They're attending the World Conference on Education for All. Newsround's Terry Badu reports.
It's thought that around 1 billion people can't read or write. Of those, about 1/10 are children. Most of them live in the world's poorer countries, where the governments often can't afford to spend much money on education. Experts reckon that every year these children spend up to 60 days less at school than pupils in richer nations. The situation is especially bad for girls. In many developing countries, they often miss out on lessons because the education of women is seen as far less important than that of men. Education bosses from around the world have been meeting in Thailand to decide what to do about the problem. The World Bank, an international organisation that, among other things, provides money for education, has agreed to spend an extra £60 million on helping people to learn, starting with children in primary schools. The aim is not just to improve standards of reading and writing in poor countries, but also to teach the people there about science and technology, health and the environment, so that they can begin to develop their own skills for industry and farming. But some people argue that things won't really improve until poorer countries are able to spend more of their own money on schooling and less on paying back old debts to their richer neighbours.